across the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
So you don't need no help over there at Camp 8.
You ready? Mike 5-4. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a handoff looking right.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now back to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go now.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put under a heavy rush, and down he goes. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, he definitely said that like that. It sounds good on TV, though.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Break. Focus, defense, focus.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, orbit. Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And some space here. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
That that was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask a rat. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are in 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up.
Nigga dropped the dope.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Third and long for Winston. And able to find Green. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go, let's go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25. Call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Tiny's on Ringo. Hey, 4 down. Check 37.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
Oh, my God.
A big run there by Jones. Give him 53 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
At the Vikings' 13-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, easy. Follow.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His second touchdown on the season. Lead up further. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
That's bullshit. That was not a fucking
The kickoff
touchdown.
team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Aguilar has it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Like this ball is on the play. What the fuck is my balls?
Working out of the gun, Winston. It's caught by Aguilar. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
On the ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Got to do better. Hard. Check. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here's 2nd and 8. And he rifles one incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Switch. Easy.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Being nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And to give this time to the tailback. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback out.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Preston Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's get him converted.
Again, it's Jones. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. This is Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Offside.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His first touchdown here in the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now, loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Every big play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Diggs has it. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for Green Bay, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall